Alright, so here we've got a steel brake line that's, as you can see, broken in half there, all the way along there. So what we're going to show you is how to fabricate your own steel line. What you're going to need is some bungee tube that's going to suit your application. This one here is a 3/16 diameter. You're also going to need a tube cutter and a flaring tool. What else you'll need is some new tube ends. This one's a little bit average, but I don't have any available, so I'm going to reuse these ones. It's not terrible, but not great either. But first thing you're going to want to do if you're having to reuse them is to cut these off to get those. But before we go down that path, we're going to grab the new tube and we're going to bend it to the shape that we want it. Now it is pretty soft, so it shouldn't be too bad. However, depending on what the material is to how hard or soft it may be, and the last thing you want is to have it break like this one did. So you can get tools that help you bend them, but in this particular instance I'm just going to do it by hand. Okay, so here's our brake line that we've bent into shape to suit, with our ends on the end of it. The next step will be using this bad boy. As you can see, it's got a bunch of different measurements on it, so you can pick which pipe suits. And you've got to attach this to the end of the pipe and flare the end of it. Obviously make sure you've got your fittings on beforehand, because you can't put them on afterwards. So I'll flare it up and show you the end result. So here we have the pipe in the flaring tool. You obviously select the pipe size that you've got, stick a little bit through it, not too much obviously, otherwise you'll flare the absolute crap out of it, and then wind it down and get the end result. So that's been wound down and it's flared out. Not the prettiest thing, but we'll take it out and see how it's turned out. So this end didn't turn out crash hot, it split the tubing, so we'll have to recut that end to redo it. The other end, not so bad. Yeah, again, not the prettiest result, but it will do and it will get you out of a pickle. So on the last lot that split, I had a little bit too much pipe sticking through it, so you only want a small amount coming up, because as you can see there's a taper mark for all these flare joints, so it should give you a nice clean finish once you're done. We'll see how it goes this time. So this time around, much nicer finish. Still not the cleanest. The end's pretty shit, but at least it's flared, and we've got all of our pipe now made up with our ends on it, with them all flared and ready to fit to the car, and see how we go. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So you just make up your own brake line to get you out of a sticky situation. If it's been helpful at all, hit the like button and subscribe.